At exactly midnight, the universe wipes the slate clean. Every shattered glass reforms, every tragedy vanishes, and the previous 24 hours are deleted from existence. 9-year-old Eli has lived this specific Tuesday thousands of times. He knows the exact rhythm of his mother's footsteps, the specific sound of a dog barking 3 blocks away, and the precise moment his teacher will adjust her green sweater. Total repetition carries a heavy psychological cost. When every error is erased daily, individual choices lose their weight. Eli lives in a world where nothing he does sticks, turning his existence into a series of hollow, consequence-free actions. The rest of the world remains blissfully unaware of the cycle. They inhabit a perfectly preserved environment that functions as a prison, even if they are the only ones who don't feel the bars. The pattern breaks during the morning commute. A man named Noah stops outside Eli's school and makes direct, knowing eye contact, a variable that has never appeared in thousands of loops. A new person entering a closed system loop is a mathematical impossibility. In a world where every atom is scripted to reset, Noah's presence signals a total systemic failure. Noah reveals the loop's true function, a massive cloak of camouflage designed to shield the planet from an external predator. The repetition is the only thing keeping Earth invisible. That shield has reached its physical limit. Tonight is the universe's final available reset. The energy required to rewind time has finally run out. The transition between days happens in a 3-minute window of frozen time. Between 11:59 p.m. and midnight, the laws of physics suspend, gravity ceases, and the world becomes a static gallery of paused motion. During these 3 minutes, featureless entities known as the Watchers move through the streets. They act as the universe's maintenance crew, inspecting the frozen world for any deviations from the master script. They repaired timelines, removed anomalies, protected the loop, which meant Eli, remembering, was a mistake, and mistakes were erased. Evidence of the Watchers proves that Earth exists within an active, failing defense system rather than a natural timeline. The universe isn't just resetting, it is struggling to stay hidden. Eli carries the genetic markers of a memory anchor, a survivor engineered in a future timeline to withstand universal collapse. His mind was built to hold onto information when everything else is deleted. This engineering backfired. In a universe attempting to remain perfectly silent and repetitive, Eli's deep well of memories broadcasted a loud, unintended signal directly out into the deep void of space. A timeless entity detected that signal. This creature drifts through the multiverse, seeking out the noise of complex, evolving timelines to consume. It is a predator of information and history. The camouflage has dropped. Because Eli remembered the messiness of human life, the very things the loop was designed to erase, the entity has finally located the source of the noise. There is a tragic irony in Eli's survival. The ability to remember was meant to save humanity's legacy, but it became the very beacon that guided a cosmic predator to their door. At 11:59 p.m., the loop fails to engage. Instead of the world snapping back to the morning, the sky begins to tear. The air itself feels brittle as the physical structure of the 24-hour cycle disintegrates. The entity emerges from the rift. It possesses a monumental scale that makes the Watchers look like dust. As it expands across the horizon, it begins to swallow the light of the stars, beginning its final consumption of the Earth's timeline. With no resets remaining, the traditional defensive measures are exhausted. Earth is pinned in place, unable to hide and unable to restart today. This is the fatal collision between a broken hiding place and an unstoppable force. The sterile safety of the loop has vanished, leaving humanity exposed to a creature older than time. Eli realizes the entity is drawn to the noise of his memory. He stops trying to hide and instead steps forward, opening his mind to the creature. He floods the void with the thousands of years of data he has collected, not just the perfect loops, but the raw human experience the universe tried to erase, the grief of a loss, the complexity of a mistake, the warmth of a sunrise. The entity pauses, Its hunger for consumption is momentarily replaced by the complexity of the data it is receiving. For the first time, it experiences a timeline not as something to be eaten, but as something to be understood. The shadow recedes, and midnight finally passes. The sunrise that follows is the first new day in millennia. Survival required trading the sterile safety of the loop for a messy, unpredictable future. Tomorrow finally exists because the universe stopped hiding its own history